Greetings everyone, Megabyte here, driving the F4 at Virginia International Raceway. Lots of fun here. This fixed setup race got a little bit of a slidey setup on this F4 here, and it is going to be tricky to try to keep safe in this one, but we really need to. Our safety rating's all the way down at 1.4 in the Formula Car license, and we really don't want to go back to a C license. So we were able to put it P10 right in the middle of the danger zone for these F4 races. It's a 2.6K strength of field. So let's get out there, grid up, see how it goes. All right, here we go. Lights are up, clutch is in, first gear selected. Drop the clutch and go. Park the ambulance in turn one, we're going for it.
Car right. Still there, hold your line. You're on the left, 3 wide.
Oh my
go
gosh.
Right. Car on your left, 2 wide. Clear, go right.
I don't know how we got through there. We did get a 4X. I don't know if we have any damage. What the heck happened back there? I can't wait to look at the replay on that one.
You got a slow car on the left, go right.
There's another death. Well, 4X right off the bat, so no more incidents for the rest of the race, or we're losing safety rating.
No damage, car looks clean.
And no damage. Well, there's another incident point. Dang it. Cold tires, take it easy. Stop trying to race me behind me. Stop it. Oh, there's another guy off track. Don't come hit me. We're up to P7. We're not dead.
Top 10.
Main thing is we're not dead. Oh yeah, shoot, did I leave the desktop on? You guys still seeing the desktop view? You guys aren't supposed to see that.
Car on your left, clear on the left.
Yeah, I use the radar because sometimes the spotter's not right on top of it. He's busy talking about some other garbage when he needs to be telling you that there's a car on your right. So yeah, he was getting a little crazy back there. I'm glad he kind of fell back a little bit. We're gaining 40 I rating sitting right here, so I'm totally happy to just sit in this spot as long as nobody tries to start racing me hard from behind. We're going to need to get back up in that draft in order to stay out of trouble from behind. Got to stay away from those off tracks. Sure, once the tires warm up, this thing's going to be crazy fast through most of this track. All right, we gained 2/10 on the guy in front through that lap. Should be back in his draft now, at least.
New fastest lap.
Pretty nice gap out back.
P2. Just set the fastest lap. 21.536.
Guy in front looks like he's pushing pretty hard. And the chase begins. Doesn't look like he has draft on the car in front of him, so he got a bad exit there. We're going to have some pretty heavy overspeed on him by the end of this straight.
Car on your left. That was your fastest lap of the session. Keep to the right. Car 1 is now leading. Clear. There's an incident ahead.
Overtake done. No big deal. Like P4 had a problem up ahead. Short shifting it through that section seems to work out pretty well. Overtake. I gotta come up with my own soundbite for that. I'm thinking about the classic "Got him, got him," something like that.
The car in P2. Just set the fastest lap. 21.479.
We got him. This guy's staying in my draft pretty well now behind. He seems to have wisened up now that he has my brake markers to follow. But we're making headway on the guys in front of us, so that's cool. Whoa. Got a little loose there. This setup's pretty sketchy. Just barely out of these guys' draft in front.
The leader is running. 21.678. The car in P3. Just set the fastest lap. 21.413. There's an incident ahead.
Oh, where's that guy going? That was left car. Oh, this guy's blinking. Turned on his lag switch now, or what? Yeah, we could have a four-way battle here. Coming up pretty quick. Leaders are way up there. All right, we're not going to make any rash moves here.
Going well. Keep at it.
A little deep there. We're going to lose out on this next straight. This guy goes for the move. I'm not going to fight him. Everybody's getting faster. Yeah, you don't want to bump draft in these cars. A little lock up from the guy up there. That's going to put him side by side through here. That should slow him down. Oh boy, he's off. This guy might have a little bit of damage from that contact too. Total freebie. This guy's pushing. He's driving way over his head right now. But I already saw him kill one guy.
Car on. You're in fifth. Still there. Clear.
Safety rating, safety rating, safety rating, safety rating. Why do you make me do this? Especially when he's blinking, that really scares the crap out of me. You could end up with a Phantom 4X out of nowhere. And a cramp in my right hand. Apparently he's gonna lock up under braking into that corner every time. Yeah, he sure is. Really freaking me out. Missed the apex there. Costs you big time down this straight. Hey, he didn't lock up into that corner there. It's the first time he's made it. Yeah, exactly. Let them know you're crazy. That's what Malone always says. Track is really greasy. Really pretty slidey out here.
The leader just did a 21.645.
Wish this guy would quit dancing around and see if we can make any headway on the top three up there, but... Hey, Trevor, if you want to just drive your line, we could try to catch the top three. Yeah, it is pretty huge, but you never know if they start battling and we stay nose to tail.
Car 2 is up the front.
That's true. It'll be a Malone taking out Parrish in this race. Next thing you know, I'm the big winner.
White flag, white flag. Car right. Still there, hold your line. You're in fourth position. Still there. Clear. Car right. The car behind is pitting. Keep to the left. Clear on the right.
Well, he took nice advantage of that. Nice move. Arg. Still P5, right? Don't know if we're going to gain any safety rating.
The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 1.4 seconds.
Yeah, no kidding, Jim. I just spun out, went off the track. I don't know if you saw that.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 8.1 seconds.
Jim's fired.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel left. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 7.9 seconds.
Jeez. Thanks for the reminder.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Nice run. Solid work.
Don't know if we're going to gain any safety rating here. Well, you can use other apps like Crew Chief. There's a Crew Chief app that works a lot better. Let's look at some replay. All right, pretty interesting event we had here. Pretty decent start. Let's take a look at this goofy incident that happened right off the bat. We're basically 4 wide into turn 1. And then this guy comes flying out of nowhere. Where did this guy come from? Cameron McLeod. What on earth happened to you, dude? Okay. It wasn't really his fault. It was this blue car's fault. What was Sam McKillen doing here? What was he doing? It's like he suddenly realized he had some kind of equipment problem and was pulling over to the side of the track to get out of the way. And Cameron McLeod here from last place on the grid, pretty much, just says, well, he wasn't quite last place, but he was definitely way back there. Decided, I'm going for it. And like didn't even move at all. And then was bowling into turn 1, dude. Absolutely bowling. And then I don't know how I only got a 4x contact out of this. I think, yeah, I got a 4x contact right there and no damage. That was the craziest thing I think I've seen tonight. I've seen some pretty crazy things over the years, but that was the craziest thing I've seen tonight. From there on out, the race wasn't that eventful for me, although we did have some deaths up ahead here. We had a guy get yeeted to the grass right here, I'm pretty sure. Yep, this guy was already having problems. Titu. Yeah, first he gets super loose through this corner. Saves it, but then he's probably like overheated that right rear tire. So then he does what I did later in the race right there. He already disconnected. He alt F4'd right there. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know if that other guy's controller disconnected or what was the deal there, but so then let's see. We're cruising. I'm still taking it real easy at this point. This guy behind was looking really racy, and I'm glad he kind of had a problem after a couple of laps here, because he was just being pretty aggressive behind me. Oh yeah, there's this guy. Elias. What happened to him? Just got it all wrong on cold tires right here. Yep. Just went into the final corner too hot on cold tires. So he goes for a trip out through the weeds. I don't think we ever see him again. Yeah, he ended up back at 17th at the end of the race. I still want to see exactly what happened to this guy behind me, because Andres here was being super aggressive behind me for a few laps. Which I guess he was getting pressure from the guy. Yeah, this is what happened. So he was getting pressured from the guy behind, and he just went too deep right here. Tires are still pretty cold to be trying to go that deep into that corner. And then they're side by side. Does he die right here? He gets all offline, wiggling all over the place. Now they're going to be almost side by side. Oh, yeah, he's still overdoing it. Somehow he holds on to it. He finished 11th. But at this point, oh, did he? I don't know why he's pitting. Did he get damaged in that first lap incident? He might have. There's probably a few people that ended up getting collected throughout that whole thing. Because, I mean, that was a pretty massive pileup that I snuck through without any damage. Pretty lucky to get away with that one. So after this, I think we're running like P7 right here. I was saying, like, I'm totally happy to just sit right here. Yeah, he scared the crap out of everybody. I chased this guy down pretty quickly and was immediately realizing I got to make an overtake on this guy because... But in the end, he's the one that came and overtook me in the last lap of the race. After we were kind of worked together here to chase down the guys up ahead, I believe one of these guys up ahead ends up wrecking here in a little bit. They were battling pretty hard. And then one of them goes off because Trevor ends up killing this guy, basically. A lot of Andres in this race. Because we were kind of catching up to these guys, but I wasn't making a huge amount of headway on them. It wasn't like we were gaining on them. So let's take a look real quick. I gotta check. What's up next here? Is there anything I can run? We got Zandvoort for the GT3 cars. We're back to that 10-15 slot, which there's nothing really good at the 10-15 slot. I think this might be the last race, guys, unless you really want to see something that you want to spend your bits on for me to drive next, because I got to get to bed early enough. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff at 10-15. It's just none of it's something I'm really excited about. It's getting kind of late. Let's fast forward to where there's certain death. No, SFL's at 10:45, which is pretty late. Yeah. Look closer at this. So they end up side by side because Trevor continues to lock up into turn one over and over again. I'm really surprised I wasn't able to overtake him out of this corner. I think I should have been using second gear, and I might have been able to get him. Oh, that was a netcode contact. That sucks. Look at the massive amount of netcode right here. Oop. There's always seems like there's a larger amounts of netcode in the Formula cars than there is in the sports cars. Probably because the Formula cars just move around so much more rapidly. Like they can change direction much more rapidly than a sports car, so that's why you end up with things like that happening. After that, we were a little scared catching up to this guy, especially considering he had connection issues, but we had pace on him in a few spots, it felt like. And then I really just want to skip ahead. Here was one of my overtake tries where I thought I could force him to go deep, but yeah, I just wasn't getting enough drive out of this corner to overtake him. The speed isn't necessarily the problem, it's the direction change, because the algorithm that does the netcode stuff can predict if we're all traveling in a straight line together. It can predict netcode really easily, like, because it's very easy for it to track this, 2 seconds down the road, this car is going to be here. It's when the cars are changing direction through a corner that it's really hard. And since formula cars can change direction so much more quickly than a sports car, that's where the netcode algorithm struggles a lot. Jeez, look at how long of a blink he had through here. Yeah, it's just, even at higher speed, the car is less likely to change direction quickly. So it's easier for the netcode to predict where all the cars are going to be if they're traveling at a high speed, because it knows they're not going to change direction very fast. Yeah, so there's a few different times I tried the overtake on this guy, but I never really tried that hard because I was trying to be safe. And I was super scared of how much he was blinking. I think this was probably one of my harder tries at the overtake, which ended result was me losing this position to the car behind. Pretty sure the 3 car was just biding his time there for most of the race. And then unfortunately, what exactly happened here? I can't really figure out why I spun right here. Did I just take too much curb? No, I just got it loose. Oh well. That was pretty much the end of my race. We didn't have too much more excitement after that. Overall, P5. Not too bad. Let's look at the results. Well, not too shabby. We did end up walking away with some pretty good safety rating and I rating out of this one. Puts us over 2.5K in our formula license. Pretty much right on what the strength of field was here. And we also made a big bump in our safety rating, despite the fact that we ended up with 7 incidents. It's pretty easy to gain safety rating, though, when your safety rating is that low. We still need to get that back above 2.0 before the end of the season. Otherwise, we're losing that B license. We wouldn't want to go back down to C class. I mean, who wants to be a C class license?